Hello everybody in reception, it's Mrs. Dove here, and today you're going to do some writing with me. So, I wonder if you've seen this picture. Maybe you've been able to print this out, but if you haven't, that doesn't matter. We can still do some writing. Maybe after you've watched the video, you could bring this up on a screen and you can have a look at the picture whilst you do your writing, and you could write on any piece of paper. It doesn't have to be this printed out one. You can still join in our activity, or maybe you could have a go at drawing your own bus, zoo bus, to join in with our activity today. Well, before we get on with our writing, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to practice some letters today. We need to do that, so I'm going to talk you through practicing some letters and then we'll have a go at doing some writing. So off you go, get some pencils, pens and paper, and I'll see you in a minute to practice some letters. This week we are practicing some L-shape letters. They all start on the line and sweep up. Some sweep up tall like the L, and some sweep up only halfway like the I. Shall we practice? I wonder if you can do a whole line of each letter. I'll show you how to do it. Start on the line, sweep up the tall leg and down. Sweep up the leg and down the leg. Sweep up the leg and down the leg. Sweep up, down the leg. Sweep up and down the leg. I. This time we sweep up not quite as high, sweeping up the insect, down the insect, and a dot for his head. Sweeping up, down the insect's body, and a dot for his head. Sweeping up, down the insect's body, and a dot for his head. Sweep up, down the insect's body, and a dot for his head. Sweep up, down the insect's body, and a dot for his head. T is another tall letter, so we're going to sweep up tall, starting on the line, sweep up the tower, down the tower, and across the tower. Sweep up the tower, down the tower, and across the tower. Sweep up the tower, down the tower, and across the tower. Sweep up the tower, down the tower, across the tower. Sweep up the tower, down the tower, and across. Pause the video now and you have a go at practicing those letters. Maybe you might want to try and see if you can find the Mission Impossible music, just like we do when we do our big write. We found a really interesting picture to act as our inspiration for our writing activity today. Before we start writing, we need to share our ideas. We need to look carefully at the picture and talk about it. What can you see? How would you describe it? So I'm going to look carefully and I can see that it's a big red bus. It's got 2 black wheels, a black door. It's tall, and there's lots of animals all over it sitting on the bus. We could say that it's a zoo bus. And the animals that I can see an elephant, a zebra, a bear, a monkey, a snake, a giraffe, a flamingo, a croc that's winding in and out of the windows, a bird, I think that's a toucan, and maybe a little penguin in there, and this could be a tiger. So there are lots and lots of different animals on our zoo bus and lots of different things that we could write about. Okay, well I think we're nearly ready now to start writing. I'm going to show you some other things that I'm going to have to help me with my writing today. Here is Fred, because we're going to need our Fred fingers to help us with our writing. And if you've got one of these at home, this is really helpful too. This is our sound mat. We use these in school. There's a copy of this on our website, and it's got all of the phonics letters and a reminder of how to write those letters. So this is really useful if you know what sounds you want to write, but you just can't remember what it looks like. And you can find the sound, and then it's got an example of a little reminder of how we would write those letters, how we would write those sounds. Okay, so I've got those things to help me, but I am going to put them to one side, and I've got my paper. So it looks like all I need is my pencil and I'm ready to go. So Fred is here just to help me. My sound mat is just to one side if I need it, and I'm going to write the sentence. I looked at the picture and I've decided to write the sentence. The big zoo bus is full up. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we do that. Now, with a sentence, the first thing we do is we start with a capital letter, and we start on the left-hand side of our paper. A first word in my sentence was the. That's one of our red words. And it's spelt like this. A T, an H and an E. The, one of our red words. When we're writing a sentence, I leave a finger space between my words. My next word was big. Shall we use our Fred fingers to help us work out what sounds we need? Are you ready? Big. B-I-G. Big. That's right. B-I-G. Can you see all of my letters are sitting really nicely on the line? Leave another finger space for the next word. The next word was zoo. Again, Fred fingers ready. Z-oo. This is one of the sounds we learnt last week as z. And oo, we haven't learnt yet. And that is an o and an o that join together as a digraph to make a oo sound. The big zoo, can you remember? The next word in my sentence was bus. Finger space, Fred fingers again. B-U-S, bus. Sweeping up. B-U-S. The big zoo bus is, we can use our Fred fingers again. Finger space, is. 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 I need to come down here now because I've run out of room. The big zoo bus is full. I'm going to use my Fred fingers again. F-U-L. Full. And that's got a double L, a long L sound at the end. Up, up. That's it. Up. Now, there's something extra special that we need to leave at the end of a sentence so that we know it's the end of a sentence, and that's called a full stop. And that's a little dot that sits just on the edge of the line to show that my sentence is finished. The big zoo bus is full up. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to have another go at a different sentence. Another sentence. The croc is at the top. The, again, red word. I'm going to start at the left-hand side, and it's our red word. The. Croc. What sounds can you hear in croc? K-r-o-k. That's it. Curly-k. R-o-k. leave a finger space, is, we just wrote that over here. I can remember how to write that. Is, finger space, at, finger space for the next word, the. We've already written that, haven't we? But this time, it's not at the start of a sentence, so I don't need to use a capital letter. The. And I'm going to leave another finger space for the last word in my sentence, top. What sounds do I need? Top. T-op. Well done. T-op. And put in that full stop at the end of my sentence. So I've written 2 sentences. The big zoo bus is full up. The croc is at the top. And there he is. So now it's your turn to do some writing. Well, I hope you enjoyed helping me do some writing then. And your teachers would really like it if you could have a go at writing a sentence. You can using your Fred fingers and your listening ears to help you write a sentence. Now, that might not be something you've done before, but I wonder if you could challenge yourself to have a go, because when we're learning, it's really good to try something new. So don't worry if you think that really is a bit too tricky. Maybe you could just talk about the picture. Think about what you could see in the picture and just list down some of the words, because there were some really interesting things on that picture, wasn't there? It was a big red bus. You could have a zoo because it had lots of animals on it. And maybe you could have a go at listing some of the different animals that you can see on the bus. There was a croc. There was a monkey. I think there was a bear, if I remember. So use your sounds. Don't worry if you can't hear all of those sounds. Just have a go. And we'd really, really like it if you could submit your work onto your Tapestry account so that we can get to see your writing and we can give you some feedback, because that's really important to know how you're getting on, isn't it? And we want to be able to do that even though we're not in school together. So we really look forward to seeing your writing and seeing you all soon. Be really good to see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.